прохождение Kingdom Come Deliverance. И сейчас у нас на повестке дня снова прокачка нашей прибыславицы. Сейчас я хочу в нее немножко вкинуть. Может быть, основное задание даже получится закончить. Это повышение ее дохода. Ну, то есть, чтобы ее доход стал хотя бы более-менее процветающим для нее. И полноценная отстройка Костела. Вот. А после этого мы, наверное, двинемся за той самой шайкой Куна, вместе с которой мы должны обезопасить дороги этого полного края. Так. Никого не вижу. Это что-то промелькнуло там сейчас. А. Это все? Так, окей, пошли дальше. Купец наверняка еще спит. Да, придется подождать. Ну вот я же говорил это в начале, но не знаю. Мне кажется, если бы тут было хоть чуть-чуть дикого зверя, ну, те же медведи хотя бы. Хотя, может, он просто неоткуда сюда взяться. Ну, в любом случае, есть волки, есть другие хищные животные лесные. В смысле? Я же не только перчатки взял. Кинжал. А, лук, наверное. Ну что ж ты. Так, что там с деньгами? 4000. Так, ну давай посмотрим, что я могу сделать. Ну, какая уже деревня крутая. Так. Там вроде можно пекарню как-то прокачать или типа того. Нет, просто. Окей. Лавку мясника я хотел, по-моему.
Let's build a butcher shop. Let's go to the site.
Ну, у меня около 15 тысяч сейчас. Лавка мясника, по-моему, 4 стоит.
We're going to build here? Yes. Shall we get started?
Здорово. Да иди ты. Тут эта лошадь просто в пеньки упирается.
I'm ready. I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Живодерня такая. Слышь, ты сам поиграл в это, ты бы понял, в чем тут дело. Так, ну осталось костел прокачать для завершения задания.
I want to build something. Certainly, master.
What? Show yourself.
It's time the church had a new altar.
What in the?
It's not the house of God without it. Right.
Ну, значит, ты знаешь, как там себя лошади ведут. Любой кустик, любой пенек, все капец.
We're gonna build here? Indeed.
Ну, вообще, раз ты про машину начал, мы можем просто в НФС с тобой посоревноваться.
I'm ready. I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Опять турнир. Когда мне на них успевать-то ходить? Так, на костел-то хоть хватит денег. Ну, стой. Сука. Из-за косяка.
I want to build something. Certainly. We should have the church painted. It ought to be grand, with exquisite
У тебя есть какая-нибудь НФС?
Let's go to the site. I'll see to the building. We're going to build here? Indeed. Can we begin? I'm ready. I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've got what we need. Let's get to work.
Фрески. Картины эти, которые вдохновляют. А, вот эти фрески. Ну, по сути, то и есть. Ну и как мы в ней будем соревноваться, если надо посетить чувак? Да я не отвлекаюсь, мне это наоборот в пользу. Так, денег, скорее всего, больше нету. А, нет, нифига себе, еще денег нифига. Ну, а пекарню тогда сначала добьем.
I want to build something. Certainly. If we build a smokehouse for the butcher, he'll be able to keep... Very well. Come along with me, so they don't bot...
Так, а сколько там уже доходик-то? 1460. Прикольно. Это лавка мясника уже 290 приносит. А откуда так много? Ну что, вроде вообще мало должно приносить. То есть явно в книге было указано, что она должна приносить меньше, чем караулка, но по факту она прям больше приносит.
There's someone there.
We're going to build here? Yes. I'm ready. I'll just quickly check again that we have... All good.
Интересно, турнир врата просрался сейчас из-за этого или нет? Ой, пофиг. Что-то я проглядел, где эта коптильня вообще установлена. Скорее всего, вот это небольшое здание. Ну или вот эти вот все штуки. Кроме что этого и вот этого. Вообще без разницы. Да, дальше доход повышать.
I want to build some. Certainly.
Нет. Пасека. Подожди-ка. Все, что ли? Больше ничего нельзя?
I'd rather not build them.
Мне кажется, что-то еще можно было.
How am I doing with the village? Let's see. The village's income is very good. Sir Divish will be pleased. The village is big enough now. Sir Divish can bring in more people if he wants and start expanding as he was planning. You've finished converting the church. It's magnificent. So, you've done everything Sir Divish charged you with. Great. So the job is done. All we have to do is report to Sir Divish.
Вот я прям уверен, что было что-то еще, помимо лавки мясника. Ратуша, кост, кузница, пекарня. Вот в чем дело. Но слушай, она и приносить мне приносила 50 всего, когда лавка мясника 70. Так что, скорее всего, выбор я сделал правильный. Ну, сейчас 390 приносит. Пасека. Есть что-нибудь про пасеку вообще? Ульи есть. Откуда? Я же ничего не делал. Ну ладно. Ладно. Что там пасека мне даст вообще?
Certainly.
Так, здесь только ратуша. Угу. Здание на окраине.
With all
Пасека.
the woods around, we ought to keep these here. Demand for
Так вот в чем.
Right. That should do it. We've got it.
Странно, что в этом указано, что оно уже есть. Ну, блин, ну лошадь. Чё? Он, конечно, любит лабиринтами бегать. Ну, там судить, кстати, можно опять кого-то.
We're going to build here?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again. We've got what we need.
Нормально. А главное, что опять же будет повышенный доход.
I want to build something.
Certainly. We've already finished everything.
I'd like to extend my...
It's impossible.
Денег, очевидно, не хватает.
I'd rather not build.
Сейчас тогда разберемся с судом. И посмотрим, сколько денег там нужно.
What is it this time?
We needed a butcher, and now two have come at once. But we only have a place for one.
So we should take the best one? No?
That's just the thing. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Ratai would have neither of them. But we can't be so selective.
What's wrong with them? Surely they can't both be completely useless.
Сука.
No, but from what people say, the first one, Cockfirst, isn't an honest trader. He cheats ordinary folk, but he's the very soul of fairness when dealing with the wealthy, the nobility, and the lawkeepers. So he's never been officially accused of anything untoward. The other butcher, Brisky, always had a reputation as an honest trader and a good Christian. But then he defiled his profession when he butchered a cow that had died of natural causes.
Ужас
He
какой.
gave the meat to the needy.
А, нуждающимся.
Pariah like the knacker, and no respectable person should buy meat from him.
Just so. So there you have it. One tarnished, the other dishonest.
I might have known it wouldn't be easy.
Сука, я же не помню их по именам. Давай
Well,
второй.
Brisket may have lost his honor, but to soil his good name to help his fellow Christians,
О,
that's
правильный
the act of a
выбор.
brave and moral man, and that's just the kind
Я
of
его и
man we
хотел
need.
выбрать на самом
I
деле.
trust you made the right decision. I'll inform him right away.
Так, а ты мне не скажешь, там, по найму рабочих, кого еще можно нанять?
Could you explain to me? How can I get new...
Don't worry about that. Each building, the more
What about trade?
I can find, although it's not all.
I see.
But don't forget,
Right. I must give some thought.
Понятно.
Nothing, actually.
Надо искать других спецов. Мне нужен мясник, получается. Кузнец у меня есть. А что тут еще есть? Мясник и купец, получается, и все. Так, здесь у меня 8000. И чё, этого не хватает на ратушу? — 9000 надо. Понятно. Здесь 800. У меня 900 нет? Нет. Ну и ладно. В другой раз вернусь назад. Но еще надо чуть подкопить. Чтобы сразу прокачать эту ратушу. Ладно, пошли сообщим, что все готово. Блин, ну вот этот мясник, который раздал тушу мертвой коровы бедным голодающим, он сделал прям, ну, очень хуёво. Особенно при условии, если он не сообщил им, что это за мясо. А если сообщил, и люди согласились, то, ну, он же вообще красавчик тогда. Какие вообще могут быть претензии? А где пан Дивиш-то? Здесь? Так, чем-то можно было полюбоваться. Что это мне дает? Обаяние.
So Divish, I finished the assignment you gave me. Pribyslavitz is up and running once more, and making money. And the church is as good as new.
Indeed? That's excellent news. I can't wait to see it for myself.
Of course, we can go right away.
God be with you.
Welcome to Pribyslavitz.
Well now, I've heard some reports, but to see it with my own two eyes, beautiful.
Me and Marius did our best.
As you saw on the way here, the village is prospering, trade is booming, and the villagers are doing well.
I saw the new buildings as we were riding in. You've both done a magnificent job. I owe you my gratitude and commendation.
Thank you, sir.
How did you manage it so quickly?
We had to clear the woods and the ruins of the former buildings,
I arranged supplies of building materials and victuals from traders nearby.
thanks to which we were able to build what you see here today.
And the church here has become the dominant feature of the whole village.
I'm especially proud of our church.
Indeed, you have plenty to be proud of. Thank you both. I can say wholeheartedly that you have not disappointed me. On the contrary, you have exceeded my
Ну,
expectations.
вообще, конечно,
It's been an honor.
скорости очень
I quite concur.
помогли мои деньги.
Master Marius, I'd like you to stay in the village. As soon as things have settled in the province, we can begin with the expansion as planned.
As you wish, my lord.
Что, будет расширение все-таки какое-то?
As I promised, you shall continue to have the income from the village, as well as the bailiff's office.
Thank you, my lord.
I thank you, Henry. Few could manage what the two of you have achieved here.
Прикольно. Так, а мне интересно, кстати, расходы на меня там как-то учтены в этой книге? Ну, то есть мое жалование, там, не знаю. Так, ратуша, коста, лавка, корчма. Не, ничего нету. Только лагерь рабочих. Я даже на этого не вижу расходы. На Мариуса. Так, ладно. Остается в лагерь сходить. И главный квест. Пойдем в лагерь. Наверху. Ну лезь, пожалуйста. Я его не вижу. Блять. Все. Успешно. Так, тут где-то сидел один. Ну ладно, двинули дальше. Так. Труп на дороге. Это вот этот урод.
My God! Get him! Come here!
В смысле обобрать головореза? Ничего, что он головорез, как бы, да, вообще. Так. Сейчас бы перекусить где-нибудь. Ну, прости. Так, ну и помыться можно тоже. Или нельзя. Или можно. Так. Сейчас немножко напомню себе, что там, в чем суть. Вкратце. Пан Рацик снова попросил меня о помощи. Он нанял некого пана Куна из Рихвальда и его подручных, чтобы те ездили в дозоры по местным землям и поддерживали порядок. Я должен стать их проводником, и так как этих наемников не просто отличить от все тех же разбойников, помочь держать их в узде. Ну, короче, их контролировать надо. Ну вот он, этот лагерь, видимо.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sakuno. Sakuno? Baron Rickvold. Isn't this his camp?
На дебила смотрит.
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the...
Приблуда. Булыга, сука.
What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog. got it.
Сука.
The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief.
Сука, приблуда.
These here are the Bearman brothers. Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs. Except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir,
Слышите, пан.
from Lord Kobler?
Ah, it's about time Radzig got around to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving.
Прикольная тут атмосфера.
Snot-nosed brat. You put them out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Герман.
As I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. In some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. I still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out.
О, ну это ну пожалуйста.
Dangler,
Герман.
let's find out what Harold here can do. Sure. No problem, Chief.
Так, это длинный меч, да? Секундочку. Посмотрю. Так, секундочку. Тут какое-то очень длинное сообщение. Накрутка на Twitch. Нет, спасибо. Накрутка мне не нужна. Так. Это все-таки короткий меч. И с чем я? С топором. На нахер.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Так, сейчас еще секунду. Угу. Все. Ну, давай расскажи.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool and your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickval Castle, but that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz, and my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Oh, he might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well,
Ну
I
да,
see the
прикольно.
convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window. I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames.
Пиздец.
Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings, and the tower were burning too.
Я даже не знаю, что страшнее, самому дойти до такого безумия или видеть, как твой родной человек до этого
Sounds like a
дошел.
scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. But then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life.
Почему?
A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a
Нихуя себе.
But surely that was for you to decide. You're the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under and I just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them. And that was the only
Ему не было
excuse they needed
18.
to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you could turn your hand to something, you never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
Так я же уже
Sir
все
Radzig
знал.
told me the Rickvold family.
There's all sorts
Что? А, типа, что можно еще один вариант выбрать.
Well, nobles can be very devout sometimes.
Not my old man. He cursed like a tanner's hand. More than once.
Прикольно.
Anyway, my mother never... My sister... A few... But... Aye. You're telling...
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobyla. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling the Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burgers had it in for me. since I've been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand,
Так перемирие же.
peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Kolin is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later, word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers.
Охуеть.
Part of the deal was
Охуеть.
give them my head. And I'd sure
Заебись договор.
swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Круто.
Lucky for you.
Indeed, I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time, and how could I refuse him?
Ну, в целом-то, да.
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
Ну, правда, терпение тоже может когда-то кончиться. Ну, типа, сколько можно?
What about the fellow they call Angler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better.
Это, наверное, который был на входе.
So he scouts for you.
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fellow.
Ну, прикольно.
Every time he was right, and the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Вообще классно такого друга иметь.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job. But they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, the pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
Ну, главное, чтобы перед делом не бухали, а так пофиг. А нет. Тут повеса я не знаю, кто. Кто-то, видимо, из тех, кто в арене дрался. Стефан II, кто в арене дрался. Булыга, который немой стоял на входе, а приблуда уже этот,
What can you tell me about Stefan?
который нас провожал.
For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
Надо что-то интересное делать с ним. Пока что мне прям
Sorry, I'd like to
нравится.
tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
Со Стефаном поговорить.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of, but wayfarers are sacred even for me. Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after.
Просто нравится, видимо,
When
путешествовать.
we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Behrman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down.
В смысле, если он медведей так вырубил, то он крутой.
A man who can do that is the man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if he can't talk, he can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
Ну, и приблуда.
What about Jakey?
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cats,
Это будет очень грустно, если он умрет.
like a good lad.
Well, you're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man.
Ну, с этой стороны, если смотреть, то это очень грамотно.
Two is more than enough.
Окей. Ну, все раскрыто.
Should we ride out?
No point in going out now. It'll soon be dark. Come back at first light and we'll get going.
All right.
Ну, куда я сейчас
Sleep
тебе
here
пойду?
in the camp if you want. There's room enough. And you ought to get better acquainted with the fellas.
Так, я хотел со Стефаном поговорить. Это вот сам Пуна. Провазник. Какой провазник вообще? Это кто?
Can you tell me something about yourself?
What do you want to know?
Повеса.
Call you Dangler?
Because Kuno found me dangling on the end of a rope.
Ah, I see. So, he saved you from execution?
I wouldn't call it an execution exactly. At the time I was Squire. It was a proper night for you. Full of ideals and honour. I looked up to him as a hero. Then in one skirmish he was killed, and the foe took me captive. They stood me on a shaky wooden cross with my hands tied behind my back and a noose around my neck. For amusement. Then they rode off laughing.
But how long were you stuck there?
I couldn't tell you. Hours, maybe days. In the end, everything started going black. I could feel the devil pulling me down by the legs.
Jesus. How on earth did you survive?
I didn't. When Kuno found me, he says I was dead as a doornail. They cut me down, took the rope off me. Then someone gave me a kick and I coughed and came back to life. Sort of.
Круто. Бессмертный с нами.
Come here.
Ну ладно, раз уж ты позвал.
What is it, Jakey?
The stone wants to talk with you, if you can call it that. Probably about that ring.
What ring?
Ah, no one told you about it. The fellas call it the Ring of Bacchus.
О,
It's the
интересно.
kind of game we play. Kuno gave us this ring. It's just a worthless bauble. But when we're at the tavern, Kuno pays everything for the man who has the ring. So we steal the ring from each other and try to trick each other. Well, actually, just the others. They won't let me play. Kuno says I'm too young to get boozed up.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't have the ring, so why does the stone want to see me?
He probably wants you to steal it from someone. Since you're new, the fellows will talk to you, and it won't be suspicious.
All right. I'll have a word with him. Hey, Jakey, can you tell me something about yourself?
Want to get matey, eh? Sure, Henry. What do you want to know?
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
Well, I used to be a baker's hand in Prague, but all the other fellas were always on my back, always swearing at me. Sometimes they even beat me up, took everything I had. To make a bit of coin, I started going to the tavern across the road, entertaining the rich gents with jokes, playing the fool. Sometimes someone would throw me a half-groschen. One time, Kuno turned up there, and I got to talking with him. When I told him all the shit I was getting at the bakery, he offered to take me with him.
I bet you were glad to get out of there.
Yeah, though it's not like they give me much peace here either. It's all,
Jakey, come here. Jakey, go there. Jakey, get that.
Well, surely you can't be any worse off here than in the bakery.
no. Only, at the bakery, the worst I ever got was a beating. It's not like my life was in danger. But here, when those Beerman brothers are drunk, I have to keep well out of sight.
How come they bullied you at the bakery? It's usually the shy ones bullies pick on. That's not exactly you.
Not now, maybe. I learned a thing or two since then.
Oh, come on, you shy? You just said you were playing the fool and telling jokes in the tavern.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. They picked on me because I'm an orphan. The parish priest of St. Apollinaire's in Prague found me as a baby in the church one winter's morning. I spent half my childhood in parish houses and half on the street.
I see. That must have been tough.
Да уж не то
Still is
слово.
tough, I can tell you that.
У меня еще, сука, Рихтерш, победитель турнира, воин пана Рацига. Крутой. Так, это... Кто из вас Стефан? О, это ты, лазучик. С тобой еще поиграть можно. Прикольно. Подожди. С кем мне поговорить-то надо? А, с Булыгой.
Jakey sent me to you. Something about a ring?
Он же не разговаривает. Сука.
I suppose you want me to get it from someone?
Сука.
Who has it?
Бля.
Jan Behrman? Peter Behrman?
Стефан.
I didn't quite... Is it Fletching?
Блять.
Does Dangler have it?
О,
Alright. How should I get it?
хуй знает. Укради, типа. Прикол. Так. Ой, что-то мне к портному, походу, надо сходить. Так, ну я думаю, сейчас я тут ни у кого ничего не починю. Ну, давай сам чуть-чуть что-то. Так, еще наборы броника есть. Нет, портного только. Все, что ли? 3 набора в никуда вообще. Это уже то, что я дофига закупил. Ой, дофига украл. У меня уже все наборы кончились. Ну все, ладно, так пойдет.
I got the ring from Dangler. Yeah, well, I suppose there's not much more either of us can say about it.
Чах-чах.
Yeah, thanks to you too.
Он мне что-то дал?
How was it you said again? That the letter B is a wench with a belly on her. Ain't it fate that Behrman starts with a pregnant woman? Know any Latin insults?
Что?
Fute futueo et cabalum tuum? What's it mean? Horse, that's fucking good. You're priceless.
Так. Ну, давай с тобой поговорим.
Stefan, can you tell me something about yourself?
What is it you want to know, youngster?
I'm curious how you ended up in Kuno's band.
You noticed I don't exactly fit in with this pack of felons and reprobates, huh? Unfortunately, you can't always choose your company, can you?
No, I suppose not. But how did you come to be with them?
Oh, well, I'd love to tell you, but Kuno insisted we keep that between the two of us. And I'm not one to break a confidence.
Oh. But... well, Kuno said it was you who wanted to keep it secret.
Really? Are you sure about that? You must have misunderstood him.
No, I don't think so. At least... oh, never mind. So, where did you live before? What did you do?
I used to live in a town before. Back there I was doing something very different. Although, now I think of it, maybe it wasn't that different in a way. If you know what I mean.
Actually, I haven't the foggiest idea what it is. You don't give anything away.
Me? I'm an open book, lad. Ask me anything you like, and I'll give you an answer.
Ну, я представляю, что он сейчас ответит.
Maybe another time. My head's starting to spin.
As you wish. Shame, though. There's nothing I enjoy more.
I'm feeling lucky today. How about you?
Так, нечетные. Царство Небесного, Троица и Счастливая.
So, bring it on.
Четыре пятерки.
What the hell's with these damn dice?
Такие эмоции. Три тройки, единица. Три тройки это что там выходит? 300 всего. Да, рискнем, попробуем. Может, поинтереснее комбинация будет. Ну, в принципе, да, получилось намного интересней.
Use your head, man. You lose everything.
Ого.
That's it.
О, у него тоже фальшивый кубик. Прикольно. Даже два. О, ты проиграл, да?
Fucked. Again.
Такие. Так, кто хотел бы кубиком завладеть? Может быть, медведь какой-нибудь? Мулыга. Ты провазник. Что я тебе... я с тобой говорю. Так. Но остаются тогда медведи только. Еще найти надо. Лошади. Такуна.
Can you tell me something about yourself, Jan?
Why not? I haven't been to confession for a while.
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
It's nothing new for me and my brother. We've been fighting for coins since we were old enough to carry swords. Last time we rode with one Lombardian by the name of Collini. All over Bavaria, Austria and that.
What happened? Did you fall out?
Nah, we just wanted to come back to Bohemia. You know how it is. When no one understands a word you say, it ain't worth a damn.
You and Petter seem very close.
As brothers should be, lad.
To tell the truth, I'd never have guessed the two of you came from the same mother.
Oh, we've got the same ma, all right. I ain't got no ma, and neither does he. And the same goes for our pa. It's probably Satan himself.
Oh. I'm a bit confused. You're not actually brothers?
We might be, but we might not. A band of mercenaries found us in a village when I was still a baby, and Petter hardly walking, playing in the dirt together.
Прикольно, если они на самом деле
Their
братья.
leader took a shine to us for some reason. He took us away and raised us up. Raised us with swords for playthings and ale for mother's milk. A few years later, he was killed in Saxony. The band fell apart, but we joined another right away.
Вот с мечом прикольно, то, что они с Эльстра с детства начали их листать. Но вот сейчас видно, что ну не очень хорошо.
We ride from one fight to another, risking our necks and killing who they pay us to kill. That's normal for us. Always has been.
Так, осталось последнего медведя найти. Если ему кубик не нужен, и кольцо, то оно никому больше не нужно. Ну или Куна.
Tell me something about it.
What do you want to know?
How did you and Jan end up with Kuno?
Me and my brother been riding with coinmen since we was little. This was just another mercenary band for us. But Kuno seemed like a decent kind of fellow who'd treat us fair.
Your brother was saying you rode before with some Collini fella.
He did he? And did he tell you why we finished with him?
Yeah, he said you missed Bohemia.
Ha ha! Miss Bohemia! That's good! But it ain't far from the truth. Jan missed any place where he wouldn't have a band of furious Italians looking to skin him alive.
Ah. He did something to anger them.
Oh, aye. While Collini was away, he broke into the trunk where the coin was kept. Took it all and wagered it with a fellow who claimed his bear knew how to dance.
Пиздец.
What? The bear really did dance?
Aye. The costliest Chardash we ever watched. We had to get the fuck out of there before Collini came back, and had the two of us dancing on the end of a rope.
Ну, остается с Куна только поговорить. Блин, я же со всеми уже переговорил. Кому еще ему нужно это кольцо? Ладно, мне непонятно. Сейчас быстренько загуглю. Что, ну, блин, я не знаю, правда, я со всеми уже поговорил. Степан должен заинтересоваться им. Так, кстати, мы же книгу какую-то получили. Молчание золота. Красноречие. Че, тебе не нужно кольцо? Давай еще тогда сыграем. Читаем книжку и, наверное, спать.
fame precedes you. You won't get the better of me.
Ой, шикарно вообще.
I hope that's the end of it.
Рискну, наверное.
Not afraid of anything, eh? That'll happen.
Ну, я и лох. А! Зря рискнул. Ну, блин, ну из 3 кубиков ничего хорошего не выпало. Пиздец.
We'll see.
No point in pushing it.
I hope that's the end of it.
That's it. Your turn.
Охо. 5 единиц, это сколько? Это 4000 сразу. Охуеть.
Kurva.
Сука.
Why the hell did I even start playing?
Так, ладно, я почитать хотел. Страница из книги. Так. Все полностью. Угу. Так, надо место для сна подыскать. Окей. Спит еще. О, проснулся.
Should we ride out?
Oh, you'd like to ride out, would you? Wouldn't you rather leave us sitting here on our asses, waiting for you a few more days?
Sorry, I had a job to take care of.
A job? I believe Radzig assigned you to us. So this is...
Ты ебанутый или что? Что за предъява вообще, не понимаю. Сложно. Ладно, не будем выебываться.
I apologize.
All right, just don't fucking keep us waiting again.
Блять, ты спал!
Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
А лагерями разве не нужно собирать? Ох ты. О, кавалерия. ВКонтакте пишут. Сейчас, секундочку, звук уберу. О, он сам скачет.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like
Так,
best
нас
about
7
days
всего,
like
да?
this, yeah?
Куда ты идешь?
Chamomile wafting from the hillsides,
Among
Ну,
those
блин, так хорошо шла сама.
like the rounded hills, rising, purtling, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
and the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
Dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
Мне кажется, или это все немножечко по Фрейду.
In the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Или это я испорчен.
It reminds me of that day. That day.
Нет, мне не
The two of us
кажется.
fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
Сука.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh, how's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletcher's moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns. We don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go.
Ничего не вижу.
It always makes me uneasy.
Куда мы не отправились, вечно оказываемся.
You can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do homeworks in girls' sizes.
Сука.
Oh, well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight. To the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Jeez. Think there's something going on over there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Behind me and keep your eyes peeled.
Собачка. Ну, ребята, ваши кони что-то медленные совсем уж.
What do you think we can expect this time, fellas?
Groschen, hidden in a piss pot under the bed. A nice chunk of
Гвоздь грошников в ночном горшке под кроватью. Чтобы он через дырки в пузе не упадало. Да, братец? Блин, а нельзя как-то субтитры включить? Это невозможно так читать. Параметры игры. Язык текста. Так, все включено.
Once you get your hands on some loot, I'll be happy to play you for your hard-earned groschen back at the camp. Poor old Fletch never gets to see.
Отвратительно просто вот этот участок. Блять, как мне вообще понимать, о чем они говорят?
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book? Shut the fuck up.
У нас просто солнце.
I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Вы все позатыкались. Пепелище. Ой, пиздец. Меня аж напрягло это сильно. Ищи пепелище, постарайся отыскать следы нападавших. Ищите улики и расспросите выживших.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre. They weren't even armed. Looks like it happened fast.
Их расстреляли.
They can't be all that clever, or they'd have taken the wagon. God almighty.
Так, вон кто-то есть. Господи, столько крови.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Да ладно, ему все равно не нужно.
You found anything interesting?
Fuck all. They cleaned him out good and proper. But one fellow was still alive.
And what did you do with him?
Don't you worry. I seen plenty of wounded fellas, and he wouldn't have made it. So, I put him out of his misery.
I see. And did he tell you anything?
He mumbled something about some Lord something. Zool, I think.
Zool? I never heard the name.
Me neither. But I don't know too many nobles.
Would you stop doing that?
Ты же не нашел
Have
ничего.
any use for this stuff?
That's not the point. Robbing the dead.
That's what you say. I say it's all the fucking same.
Это некрасиво, но в теории я согласен, как бы.
Worthless in Lombardy.
I'm telling you for the last time.
And I'm telling you for the last time.
You call yourself a Christian, and you're robbing the dead.
They've no use for anything.
I've seen your camp. It doesn't look to me.
Not now. But
And what did you take from that corpse? Oh, great! You can retire right away. I hope it's worth your immortal soul.
You're a bit holier than thou, ain't you? But all right, they ain't got nothing.
Ну, там что-то есть, по-моему. Ты кто?
Did the raiders leave any tracks?
They came from the northwest. A horse or two and a few men on foot.
Anything else?
No, nothing.
Let's see what you think.
Ну, высокая вероятность, что они пошли туда прямо. Молятся? Господи, песик-то за что? О, это интересно уже.
Kuno will want to know about this.
Ацико была бессовестный ты изверг, лишенный всякого христианского благочестия. Я обвиняю тебя, ты отрекся от всякой чести и добродетели, когда решился на жестокие злодеяния против меня и моей семьи. Я нарекаю тебя беспородной собакой за совершение тех подлостей, что ты, несомненно, прекрасно помнишь. Это вот какой-то пан Зул. Я вызываю тебя на поединок, как того требует рыцарская честь. Рыцарская честь, он перебил деревню за просто так. Он мог просто это письмо всратое передать. Дабы ты не прятался трусливо за стенами своего замка и защищал свое имя и имя своего рода, как и следует поступить человеку благородного звания. Если ты откажешься, я пройду по этой земле, тогда все узнают, что ты бесчестный негодяй. Ты всех убиваешь, а он бесчестный негодяй, недостойный благородного общества, а твой щит я прибью к позорному столбу на поругание. Богом клянусь, что буду поступать по справедливости и чести своего рода, совершая против тебя лишь то, что ты заслужил. Мой гнев направлен только против тебя, но чем дольше ты трусливо прячешься от меня, тем дольше я буду разорять и грабить эту землю. Но это будет на твоей совести. Подписано 2 июня 1403 год от Рождества Христова паном Хагеном Псу. Понятно.
I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zul. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
Okay.
What do you know about these Zuls?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Мы можем найти их, что ли? Что по заданию вообще стоит? Нужно отыскать следы нападавших. Ты нашел что-нибудь? О, он может что-то нашел. Он же лазутчик.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They were avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too
Надо на
fast,
восток.
No. And what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks.
Ну что, сучки, погнали. Так, в смысле? Это олень. Так, мне нужно найти кровавые... А какая вообще зона? Маленькая зона. На восток. Куда-то сюда вот. Лошадь. Раненая лошадь.
Poor creature, hunted down like game.
Что, смотреть нельзя?
Looks like they carried away a lot of stuff. They went this way. Seems they met some resistance at the farm. What a waste. But at least I know which way they went.
О, я что-то вижу.
There they are.
To heal, mutt.
Wait here for me.
Stay.
Так. Так. Окей. Где лук-то, ёп? Ох, ёп. А их немало.
Just when I wanted to.
Ну-ка.
You called. Thunder! Come here! Ow! God! I'm not to enjoy it! You're dead! Is that all you've got?
Да что ж ты? Как так драться-то можно, блядь? Так, ну -2, как я разглядел сейчас.
Come here, lily liver.
Bollocks!
Сука. Оф. Так. Ну, дешевые вещи я больше не хочу брать, так как у меня город почти отстроен. Опыта можно, конечно же. О, у меня вес много есть. Можно и это взять тогда. Так. Дела. Где я их всех положил? Так. Ну ничего, типа, еще не разобрался с ними. Блин, как мне сейчас найти, куда я шел-то вообще? Хоть в деревню возвращайся, я не знаю. Так, а откуда я? Где они вообще? Очевидно, сюда надо. Не знаю, если сейчас найду какой-нибудь след, то повезет. Так, они разве не здесь? Они не здесь. А куда? А где они тогда вообще? Так, я шел на восток. Пиздец, я потерялся. Шли обратно. Ни трупов, ни следов уже. Ничего нет. Может, здесь? Пиздец. Ну, по идее, я сюда шел. Ну, вот откуда я шел на восток? А, ну оттуда логично. Да, скорее всего, оттуда. Да. Вот. И отсюда на восток. Все отлично. Так, сюда. Так, вот еще один находится.
Wait here. Stay.
Да, блядь. Ради одежды. Ну все, пошли к Рацину. Все я сделал, да? Угу. Так, а откуда проще будет добраться? Наверное, с Мархаедов. Тут мне бы портной не помешал. Ну ладно, пофиг. Что там посыпать? Нормально все.
Good to see you, lad. Sir Hanush told me you won his tourney. Good job, Henry.
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhayed.
Christ. It seems Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
And this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zul.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel. Defend your honor. Anomius wretch. That's nice. Signed, Hagen Zul.
Гнусная гадина ему понравилась.
Old grievances coming back to haunt me.
Mr. Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently, he still hopes I will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
Surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel. What about your honor?
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time, you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
Like this one?
Типа он...
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia and elsewhere as a mercenary. Which of us do you think would win a duel? It's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as to...
Да, он мудрый правитель и не такой уж хороший воин. Ну, сейчас. По-моему, это разумно, что он не хочет с ним сражаться. Не то, что это трусость, но это реально просто разумно.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
Well, I'd like to hear the whole story, sir, if you wouldn't mind.
Very well. It began in the first year of King Wenceslas's reign. He sent me to resolve a dispute between the Zuls and a neighboring house. It concerned land boundaries. The Zuls had refused to accept the ruling of the land court. His Majesty's position was a little shaky after his coronation. So a decision was made in the royal court to take radical action against any dissent in the kingdom. Since the Zul family was defying the king, we were obliged to punish them. Harshly, as the circumstances demanded. The head of the family, Hagen's father, was hanged, their castle razed to the ground and their property confiscated.
So, they're out for vengeance. But you acted according to the law.
Would it were that simple, lad? I was young and didn't realize the repercussions it would bring. For one thing, the king didn't use it to strengthen his position. On the contrary, he took less and less interest in such affairs.
How come?
Because he realized things would eventually sort themselves out. He promoted me to royal hetman, leaving him to pursue other interests. Secondly, my actions essentially created another band of robbers. When you strip a nobleman of his property, you can't expect him to take to begging. And thirdly, I wasn't aware at the time that the other party to the dispute was distantly related to me. Naturally, that made it look like I was acting in self-interest. If I'd known what I know today, I'd have been a lot more circumspect.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
О, Господи.
What are we going to do about this?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
Причем тут вообще верховная езда?
I'd like to ask something about this Sir Hagen.
Sure.
Так, и что дальше? Так, ладно, я думаю, пока что хватит, но очень скоро мы продолжим.